episode of Priceless Convos. Today, I have a very special person. She is a best-selling Priceless author of Priceless Publishing. She is the author of Magic Crown, which help young women with friendship, kindness, self-love, and embracing their uniqueness. Her name is Modinat Ogunniake.
You tried, Sidjae. Sidjae, you tried. I'm gonna help her out. I'm gonna help her with love because I love her.
It went through the window.
You did good though. You tried. I saw it in your eyes. I did. Modinat Ogunniake.
Modinat Ogunniake.
I got you.
Modinat Ogunniake.
Yes.
Does your name have a meaning? I feel
It
like
does. It does for sure. My first name means City of Peace because my father was Muslim. And there's a place in Mecca called Medina. So it's like the Nigerian derivative of Medina. And my last name means the god of iron. It's a Nigerian thing. It's a Nigerian thing. And my maiden name was Adewumi, which means to yearn for a crown. So they all have meaning. All of it has a meaning.
I love the powerfulness of it. They're all like powerful names.
Yes.
Those of us with very unique names, including myself, we understand the struggle of others.
We do.
But it's Modinat Ogunniake.
Ogunniake.
Modinat Ogunniake.
Come on, Sidjae. Come on, girl.
People watching probably like, did they just say
know. That's my girl, y'all.
A name.
It's fine. This is real life, though.
Yeah, it's real life. It's real life. But I am glad that you corrected me because I know there probably would have been some folks who understood how to pronounce it, and then they would have like us. They would have been in the comments. That is not how you supposed to say it.
Real quick, especially my family and friends like, So but it's fine. It's real life.
Forgive me. So anywho, welcome. I'm excited to have you. I feel like socials are stalking you because you made an announcement, and I know they want to know how, and we're gonna tell them how, or the process. But before we get there, Magic Crown. Do you want to show them the book? I know it's behind you.
Of course. My baby, my third baby, she's here.
So that is Magic Crown. I guess where should we start? Let's start with the idea for the book. How did that come into your mind?
Okay. So the idea for the book, well, I'm a mother of two girls. That's first, right? And I grew up with natural hair. So it's a combination of my journey and knowing that I'm going to have to raise these two girls in this society that doesn't always encourage you to embrace your unique look. So my youngest, she was about a month, 2 months or so. I was nursing her. And honestly, God gave me the idea. So I grabbed my journal and I just started writing. Like I literally heard 4 girls, different backgrounds, different hairstyles, and it just kept coming and coming. And I just kept jotting it down. And that was in 2016. That was, I think, May 2016. And throughout those years, because I published the book, was it 2021, Sidjae? I think, right?
Yes.
Yeah, 2020, September 2021. So within those years, I would Google how to write a children's book, the process of finding a publisher, just anything related to children's book. I would just try to do my own little research. I had a little folder. I put everything together with the journal that I started the story in, and the pandemic hit. And I found time. You know, the girls went to bed, and I said, if I don't do it now, when am I going to do it? You know, it was the only time I wasn't working in the office for a full year. So I was working from home, you know, and I said, if I don't do it, when am I going to do it? And I said, let me just take one step. Let me take it from my raggedy journal that I still have and put it in a laptop. At least do that because I didn't have an ending. I did that. I prayed for an ending, and God gave me an ending to the story. And I found you on Instagram, and that's it.
That's exciting.
It is, right?
The journey to writing the book. Now, I have a few questions. So,
Sure.
one is that you mentioned that you wrote the book since 2016
Mm-hmm.
and you didn't get it published till 2021.
Correct.
And the first thing I'm going to ask you is, do you believe that you could have written that book in 30 days? I'll let you answer first, and I'll explain why I asked that question.
Absolutely not. No, 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 not at all. I had no idea how it even worked, and that's why I prayed for someone who knew what they were doing, and I just needed that assistance. I had no way. I didn't know how it worked at all. No.
The reason why I asked that question is because there's a debate online
Okay.
about authors writing books in 30 days, like writing and publishing your book in 30 days type thing.
Writing and publishing?
Mm-hmm.
Now who's doing that?
Mm-hmm.
Who's doing
And
that?
I was like,
Come on.
because I mean, it could probably happen, but it's not going to be
Yes.
quality.
That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Is it to get it published? Like, what's the ultimate goal? Is it to get it published, or is it to do it the right way? Like,
That's
it's
the
like,
question.
because of course people want to write books. People want to write books. It's possible you can do it online. I've known some people, they did it on, I think, Amazon by themselves, but you want to do it where it's done well and correctly.
Very good point. Very good point. So that just summed up everything. About that. And then the second question that I had for you is that you said that you did your research prior to publishing. And I guess let's talk about, because you work with my company, which is a hybrid publishing company.
Yes.
And I'm sure you research traditional publishing and the whole shebang.
Yeah.
What led you to choose the self-publishing route?
To be honest, I didn't know the specific details, but I did know that I wanted to keep everything to myself. Okay. If this is my book, this is my story, at least for the first go round, I wanted to do it this way where I own it, it's mine. And as you gave me more information, I was like, I think this is the route for me. It just made more sense to me for at least my first book. In the future, if I choose to, but I just felt like self-publishing just made more sense, more work, in the sense of doing certain things on your own, and like you having to take the horns of your own book, your business, but it just made more sense to me.
Got it. Okay, so I love that, because for those individuals that are watching, traditionally publishing is when you take your book manuscript, you pitch it to a publishing company, they say yay, nay, you sign a contract, and they give you an advance for your book. Depending on how powerful your brand is, they may or may not own the rights to your book, and the check that they cut you may just be all that they're giving you. There's no other royalties to collect from your book. And also, depending on how you negotiate your contract for traditional publishing, they can also take your book, sell it how they want to, turn it into films. It really comes down to how strong of an attorney you have to negotiate your deal.
Period. That's it. It's true. And who not many people have that access, and that's reality. Not many people have that access.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's like you can get the same results as a traditionally published author as a self-published author. So that's why I wanted to touch on, that's why I wanted to have you speak on it, so I don't speak on it so they think it's anything biased that I'm saying. Okay, so then the other question is, what have some of the responses been since your book has been published from the readers?
They've all been Amazing. They had no, honestly, besides that one, I think it was like someone gave me a 1 star on Amazon. I was like, there's always going to be people.
True.
Besides that, Silly Rabbit,
Mhm.
amazing. And it's constantly encouraging me, like, and inspiring me, like, you can do this again for a second book. Like, it's constant. People are constantly just saying, Modina, oh my goodness, like, you did this. Because a lot of people throughout the years would hear me say, I want to write a book. I want to write a children's book. I'm always wearing my hair natural. I'm always it just was a story that came to life. And people were just so excited that you actually did it.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
like, we all have a
exciting.
story. Yeah. To
Um,
actually, say something and then do it. That's a
mhm.
many people that's what separates a lot of people. We all have stories. We all have gifts. We're all
Yeah.
talented, but to say it and then do it, yeah,
Mm.
that's different.
That is different for real.
Yeah.
Um, what was the feedback on the characters? Because I know your book has a diverse array
Yeah.
of characters. What
Yes.
did the readers think of it, especially the kids?
They loved it, and that was the whole point, for of course it's not the whole country, all the different countries, but children were able to see themselves in the book, and it's like I said, it's 4 characters: an African American young girl, she's Nigerian American, the main character Zoe. Then we have Tilly, she's from Ireland.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have Sophia, she's from Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the other one? I'm forgetting my character's name. She's from Haiti. I'm gonna remember. Let
We
me
would.
let me bring it up. Emily.
Yes, that's it.
And we have my girl M, and she's
Mm-hmm.
Haitian American.
Yes.
And I did that on purpose because it allows kids to see themselves in a
Mm-hmm.
book. And I grew up in the 90s. It wasn't a thing to see yourself in a book like that. So I was really purposeful with that and the specific things I wanted in the illustrations so kids can see themselves.
Perfect.
Mhm.
I love that. Because I know that kids nowadays they want to look and be like, "Oh, that's me. That's me."
Yes,
They want to
yes.
feel connected to it. So I love that for sure. Okay. So then I know that your book has also gotten into a lot of places.
Mhm.
Um, you are one of my hardest working clients.
Oh, for real?
Literally, I see you like from the time your book, what 2021 the book got published,
2021.
2023,
Yeah,
and you still push your book like it was just dropped yesterday.
that's right. I don't play. I worked hard. Y'all gonna
And
see the book.
I like that work ethic
Hmm.
because I don't think individuals understand that you can't just release your book,
Yeah,
put it on your social media platform, and
that's
that's
it.
it.
Yeah.
You
But
know?
you said that so many times towards the
Mhm.
end of, the whole process. You kept saying, this is your business. You have to take it and push it. Like, and I remember you saying that. And I'm just like, I don't want to push it. Like, I don't want to. But then it's just like, you worked hard, don't let all of that go in vain. Of course, it's not, because I've had sales and things, like it's been in a bookstore, but I want it to be in bookstores. I want it's a story that needs to continue to be heard,
Mhm.
and I can't have that just die down after a year or 2 years, 3 or 4. No.
Absolutely. And one of the things that I tend to let authors know it's that books have seasons.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a formal word for it. I don't know what to call it, but I
Mhm.
call it book seasons.
That's it.
Times when your book will peak, and then times when it so the sales go up and
Up
down
and
just like
down,
a regular business.
for sure.
Every week you're not going to be selling thousands of copy of your book. It may be a high week, low week, and it's just like
Mhm.
your book is a business,
It
right?
is. Yeah.
So with you, I noticed that your book has been in a lot of places.
Mhm.
Um, could you share where, like, besides the online retailers or inclusive
Okay.
of them, actually,
Mhm.
what are some places that you've gotten your book placed Yeah.
Okay, let me think. So I'm big on libraries, so that was very important to me before I even published the book because I grew up going to the library. It was my safe place, you know. I
Mhm.
would meet my best friend there, and we would get books, read books, you know, talk about them, call each other on the phone, talk about them. So libraries. So I got it in South Orange Public Library in South Orange. It's gonna be in Irvington Public Library pretty soon. It's in Suffolk County in New York. A few libraries there. It's in Words Bookstore. It's a popular bookstore in Maplewood, New Jersey, which I love. Like I would take my
Mhm.
daughter there when my oldest. I would take her there, and I would always say, "Oh my gosh, I would love to write a children's book." And this is my oldest. So at that time, I wasn't really, you know, and I was just looking around like, "Oh my goodness!" So to know that it was in there, like that was a huge deal.
Mhm.
Um, where else? Let me think. I can't remember.
But I know it's a lot of libraries
It's
and the
a
online
few.
retailers.
Yes, it's a few lights in some schools. My daughter's school,
Mhm.
the school in another school in Newark. It's doing
I didn't
great.
know about that one. So you
And
okay?
now we're going to be in Atlantic City, which is the most recent, exciting. It's going to be in
Mhm.
10 different schools in Atlantic City and libraries out there.
So that is the big question. Because if these TikTokers, I think that's like one of the most popular posts on my page right now.
Are you serious? Ah!
Yeah, because I posted that I had a client that sold it was
Oh my goodness.
700 books, but at the time I thought it was 700.
Yes, me
But it
too.
turned out to be, I'll let you finish it.
731.
Okay.
According to the reports. Yes, I believe it's 731. Yes.
Perfect, which is amazing. So you
Yeah.
got that amount of books sold to a school district.
Yes.
First of all, how does it feel?
You know, it feels great. I'm grateful. I'm grateful to God, honestly. I wouldn't say I'm shocked or surprised. It's just like, wow, it's possible. You know,
Yeah.
like I'm just grateful. I'm just grateful just to know the little hands that's going to be holding my like 700 plus books.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's a great feeling, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah. I can only imagine.
It's a
Like,
great
I'm
feeling.
so happy for you. Like I am so happy for you. And
Thank
it's
you.
to see your commitment to that process
Yeah.
of book publishing. And I know the work that, we both know what happened behind the scenes and
Yeah.
how,
I
we
was
pushed
killing you
through.
with emails and text messages. I was like, oh, I'm like, I told you I'm gonna be crazy. How do you do this? How do you do that? Does this work? Like it's yeah. And
So,
that's why it's important to choose the right publisher. But that's I
mhm,
guess we'll go into that.
yeah.
Mhm.
So, would you say the process to the library placements,
Mhm.
the selling by the bulk orders to the
Yeah.
school districts, the schools,
Hmm.
because technically you have multiple libraries, you
Yeah.
have multiple schools,
Yeah.
and an entire school district. You
Yeah.
have um you also have your online retailers,
Yeah.
Amazon, Barnes and Noble, Target, Walmart,
Mm-hmm.
um,
Books a Million. I think that's
Books a
on.
Million.
Mhm.
Um, so you are literally a dream self-publishing person. Like you are pushing your book.
I am trying.
Um, so what would be? I'm gonna ask for 2 to 3 tips that
Okay.
you give self-publishing authors who
Hmm.
would want to see similar results. Because I want to ask you your process of how you
Okay.
got books into these places.
Hmm.
Because then we can't do that.
Yeah.
But if you guys would work with Priceless Publishing, reach out and let me know that
Yeah.
you watch this and
Yep.
that, you watch this particular show.
Hmm.
So technically, Mo referred you. Okay.
That's right. Okay.
Right. So, 2 to 3 tips
Hmm.
on how or just that self-published authors should be doing with their book to get similar results if that is what they desire.
I would say keep pushing your book, meaning have cards, speak to people. It's okay to hand out a little flyer about your book, share your book. Some people are scared to share their book. And what I've learned is that the more you share, the more of an opportunity you have to get your book sold. So I have like bookmarks. I wish I had one here. I have bookmarks that I got done as soon as my book was published. And I'm actually getting new ones done to have my website. But this is before I even got my website, I got these bookmarks done because I said, how else am I going to share with people besides Instagram and the socials, social media platforms? Just give it out to people. I keep it with me. I try to keep it with me. And there are times I'm just like, oh God, I don't want to, constantly give it to people. My daughters, my amazing daughters, the old girls, they would say, Mommy, just give it to her, give it to her. I'm like, I don't want to, And one day they were like, okay, I'll do it. So she did it. And that a few times, it's not even one or a few times, they would buy the book on spot. They'll go and buy it on the yes. Yes. So don't be afraid to share your book with people. Secondly, it's about relationships to me. Honestly, it's about relationship. Majority of the placements that I've got, in addition to the most recent one, is about someone referring my book or recommending my book to someone. You don't know who knows who. Starting with the library, my first library placement, someone said, oh my goodness, I love this book. I know such and such. I would love to share this with them. Do you mind? Absolutely not. Please do. Again, it has happened multiple times. I would say like 3 or 4 that I can think of with library placements. A teacher knows this teacher. This person knows this person. A librarian knows this librarian. It's just, you just have to be kind to people, which would want them to share you as a person because you're selling your book. And then it trickles down to what you're selling, which is a story, which is a book. So you just, relationships are just so powerful. And I don't think people understand the power of relationships because majority of the places have been through people referring my book.
Yeah, I like that. So keep pushing your book, your book,
Yes.
and build relationships as
Yes.
well.
Yep.
And it goes back to the same sentiments that we've heard many times throughout different businesses with different ideas that individuals have kept, is that you have to be consistent.
Yes.
You have to build your relationships with folks, your net worth, things like
Yes.
that. But
And get
what
out
I
the way.
love,
Get
yeah,
uncomfortable. Oh my goodness, I've gotten so uncomfortable. Even this, I'm just like, but you gotta do what you gotta do. You
yeah.
gotta get uncomfortable for real.
And what I love is that you used traditional marketing strategies, in other words, the bookmarkers, for your book.
Yeah.
And you literally just handed them out. And the
Sure.
reason why I say that is because many times folks won't get off of social media. Like, they just think it's only social media alone is what I'm going to market. And I have to grow the following and I have to do this. And sometimes it could be as simple as, if you are in your local coffee shop, you could be giving out your bookmarkers. If you are in your kid's school, maybe you can maybe they're having a giveaway for the kids, and could you give some of the bookmarkers to the teacher to give for each kid, or whatever it is, for a holiday gift.
Yes.
And these are not even like big investments into your business as an author. These are small investments in a way. You can look online and find someone for cheap. You can even design it yourself, hop on Fiverr, design it. You can use Canva design. You can use so many resources to do
So many different options.
Yeah.
I've left it on the train. I would like leave it and I'll leave it on the train. I'll leave it anywhere so you can see. You will see it, and people will be like, "Oh, what's this?" And they'll pick it up and read it.
Because you never know. You
You
just never
don't.
know, like what you mentioned, and that's so important because it's marketing beyond social media.
For real.
You know, and folks keep forgetting this. Like it's marketing beyond social media. Like
And
God
things can change
forbid.
like that. People don't understand that. And
Exactly.
I said, this is one thing I always tell a friend of mine who's actually writing a book.
Mhm.
Social media can go away like this.
Mhm.
But right now, because it's a free platform, and I say that it's a free platform, I will use it to my advantage.
Mhm.
The amount of people that I DM'd as I was working with you, trying to publish my book, that I still keep in contact with, who have
Mhm.
given me so much information just because, hi, I'm going to be a new local author. Can you explain to me, how do you do this? How do you do? Use the platform for what it's for. Like,
Mhm.
it's free. It's free. I don't
Yeah.
think people understand the access. It's
Yep.
so much access that you have with Instagram. You can DM anybody. That doesn't mean they're going to respond,
But
but
you
the
never
fact
know.
is that you just never know.
Shoot
But
your shot. Shoot
shoot,
your shot.
I'm a baller too. I'm always, because you
Because
just don't know, and you don't want to miss an opportunity just because you're like, they're not
exactly.
gonna see it, they're not gonna respond. You don't know that.
Yeah. And prime example, I remember um you shot your shot, you tagged Mary J.
I
Blige. The
sure
Mary. The Mary. Yep, the
the
Mary
very
that y'all know. I'm about to add a GIF in right here with Mary dancing at the bottom of our school.
please do. Yes.
You tagged Mary in one of your, I'm saying Auntie, I'm saying, I didn't say Auntie Mary, put some respect. You tagged
Right.
our Auntie Mary
Yes. Yes.
in your book, in a
Yeah.
video or something like that. You tagged, right? And she
Yes.
reposted it.
It was, yes, it was and I was having a rough day that day. It was late too, having a rough day. And I said, let me go on social, see what I can share on my pages, just trying to constantly post on my page and my book page, not just my
Mhm.
personal. And I saw a video that she posted. It was it was a bunch of women on there. Chloe, like so many different women, Taraji, Pienson, I believe, so many different women talking about their journey with their hair. And
Mhm.
someone mentioned, I think it was Sarah Roberts, Sarah J.
I think
Right? It
so.
was Sarah,
Mhm.
it was her. Um, she spoke about going into the water, getting her hair wet, being embarrassed because people are looking at her hair change, the texture change. And I'm like, this is the premise of my book. This is Magic Crown. This is what my story is about. So I
Mhm.
reposted it and I said the same thing I just said. This is what my book is about. You know, grab my book, this and that. And I tagged her. I tagged all of the women actually. Sidjae. A few minutes later, I said, I know you lying. I said, wait, hold up. Wait. I had to close it out. And I said, oh my gosh, Mary J. Blige reposted. I couldn't I couldn't believe it. I was just like, so then I started thinking like, oh my goodness, let me start reposting other stuff in my stories, my link, and I'm just like, but I took a screenshot of me and I was just like, oh my gosh. And I started seeing people follow my page. It wasn't like but people would follow. They started you get to see it. And I said,
Yeah.
oh, I couldn't believe it. I
Mhm.
could not believe it. But I didn't think she was gonna repost. But I'm always tagging. I'm gonna always tag. I am
Yeah.
going to always tag you. And for her to do that, that made my day. Unbelievable.
I don't know what I'm gonna do with you. Like it's just so amazing because it's like
Unbelievable.
something like that, like the benefit of leveraging that, you know?
Yep.
And
Yep.
it's like the benefit of leveraging that. There's just no other. So yeah, y'all remember the screenshot, the
For
big stuff
real.
that happened, especially if you know it's on social that disappears in a short time. Screenshot
Yes.
because
Screenshot and
there
keep
are
it.
ways you can leverage it.
And I kept seeing how many people were looking at my story. It was just, I was like, I'm used to like 20, 50. It was at like 800, like looking at my stories. It was just
Mhm.
unreal. And I kept all of that. I have it now in my Magic Crown album just to go back to it. Like, my husband trying to make me laugh. Yep, I'm putting you on blast. Um, uh, but I keep it just to go back to it
Mhm.
and say, it's anything is possible. Like
Mhm.
literally, like come on. Even if Mary didn't buy my book, which I hope she did, you know, but just the fact that
Yeah,
she posted it and it had Magic Crown on there,
yeah.
anyone could have looked at it and said, "What's this? What's this
Mhm.
about?" You know?
Yeah. And because it's kind of like also like how many assistants of a celebrity saw it, right?
That's
That
right.
felt like it's like so many opportunities like you don't know
You
what
don't.
could happen.
You don't.
So that importance of sharing the book because I always talk about Bridgerton, about
Okay.
how it was a book. It
Yeah.
was a book before it turned into an
Yes.
entire Netflix
Yes.
series.
It's true.
And it was a season because I was like a stalker. I noticed I gotta find out who the author is. Let me follow. Let me see.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until the book was picked up that I
Mm.
think she made the New York Times
That's
bestselling
funny.
list, and
Okay.
then she got the Netflix deal,
Mm.
and they redid all the covers of
Look
the
at that.
book and released a revised version of the
The
book.
book.
And now you have the season.
Look
Like
at
that
that.
was so it's like
See?
you don't know
You
when. And
don't.
so sometimes you can sell a book and it'll happen in 1 year right
Yeah.
off the bat. And
Yep.
sometimes it may happen in 3 years.
Or 5. Or yes.
Right, yeah, but you have to continue pushing your book.
You have to. And you know what? So many people have been asking me, when are you going to write a second book? You know, which I understand because I ended my first book to push me to write a second book. But I'm
Mhm,
not going to write it just to say I wrote a second book. I'm
mhm.
going to write it when the time is right, when I know, okay, I'm ready to move forward with the second one. I feel like there's still more that I need to do with this one, for me, like there's no rush, but if I feel like there's still more. But a lot of people sometimes, they do things just to say, yeah, I got 2 books, I wrote 2 books. And it's just
Mhm.
like, is it quality? Like, are you rushing to write it just to say you're an author of 2 books? So it's just like,
Yeah,
wait your turn, stay in your lane until you know for sure this is what the timing is saying. Okay, move on to the next one.
yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
in a rush.
I agree. I agree. And because I got the inside details on the book too, let me tell y'all, when she does the book two, it's gonna be amazing.
It is.
Amazing.
It is. I take notes every
Can't
day.
wait
I'm like,
for-
"Oh, this is good. This is good."
Yeah. I can't wait till you sell K book two.
I
So
know
many
it's coming.
ideas already spinning. Like guys, it's going to be amazing. Let me just tell y'all that.
Thank you. It's coming.
Make sure that you guys are following her on
Mhm.
Instagram, all the
Yes.
pages, all the things,
Mhm.
because I know this is just the beginning for you and your book,
Amen.
the old
Amen.
girls. Like
Ow.
for sure. I know for
They're
sure.
gonna write one too. God
Yeah.
willing. Putting that out
And
there.
I love how they're so supportive of you and the book.
They
I
are
definitely
amazing.
love that for sure.
They are amazing,
Really,
and it's
really love
exciting because it they just keep saying, "Oh my gosh!" Even now they're like, "Mom, you're gonna be on YouTube or whatever it is. You're doing a video. You're doing an interview. Because it lets them know that they can too. That you can write a
Mhm.
book too. They're excited to also do that, and I'm like, you will do it. You will do
Yeah.
it. It takes hard work, energy, and strength. All of that. It's possible.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Aw, they're so excited. They're so excited. Kids love when anything is on YouTube because they think we're celebrities.
They do. She's like, "Oh my goodness, you're gonna be famous." I'm like, "I'm already famous. I don't need YouTube to say that I'm famous." Like whatever.
So funny. Oh my god. Okay. So let me see what else. Any
Mhm.
other gems you would like to share in regards to self-publishing authors? Any like a last tip you want to leave with them? Anything like that?
Um, I would just say this is your thing, you know. Magic Crown is my thing. Like, don't allow put your blinders on. Don't allow anyone to steer your thing, your book, your creation in another way. Stay focused and believe in and yourself, because ultimately you're writing this book because it was in you to do so. So be careful who you share it with. Don't allow other people's opinions to now make you change the title or the color of the book, or the characters, or say, you know what, you should add this. And fine, but no. And that's why personally I didn't share with anyone, because I had my blinders on and I didn't want, and I know a lot of people around me who are creative, who are smart, but there were specific people that I was just like, okay, read this, let me know what you think. That's it. Because once you get other people's opinions and the outside, it can get really messy. You'll start getting confused. You're not, and you kind of just want to stick to what you originally planned. So just be careful who you're sharing with and who you're allowing to read your story, because it's your story ultimately. So stay true to you and get the work done, y'all. Get the work done. It's possible.
Love it, love it, love it. So, guys, I will be sure to share the link in where you can purchase Magic Crown, social media platforms, all the things, the tips, all the things that we just discussed, the resources. I believe there were some resources as well we dropped in here. I will share all that detail in the description so you can head there. And that's it. That's it for today.
Before you end, let me just say you're amazing. I truly, truly appreciate this opportunity, honestly, because I don't think it's easy. I feel like it's a lot of work on your end. I do. But obviously you must love it and you must feel called to do it. That's why you're still doing it. But thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for being so knowledgeable about everything related to having a publishing company, because any question that I ask, honestly, I'm a stickler. Like, if you don't know what you're doing, there's no way I'm working with you. I can't, because I need to order, but you're just so knowledgeable. So thank you for choosing to start this company. Thank you. Really. So many people are going to be blessed because you decided to do what you're doing.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Sure.
I really do. I really do. More than you even know, because it is not the easiest, but it is so rewarding to see the wins of everyone. It's so rewarding. I love seeing even the kids reading the books. It's fulfilling. Like, I don't even know how to explain. It's really fulfilling. And so thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. I'm going to keep saying it. So
really do. So okay, guys. So thank you guys for watching.
Thank you.
Right? And to get in touch with Modinat.
Okay.
Modinat Ogunniake.
Oh, you were so close, Sidjae. Ogunniake.
You still came to the end.
It was the confidence. You said it with confidence. I was like, turn that A into an O. Ogunniake.
Well, we got the first name, Modinat.
That's right.
Okay, but thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate it. I'll leave all the info in the description box, and we'll be talking soon. Bye, y'all.
Toodles.